Your voice, your opinion, your community. Fact TV, free speech, protected.
In the first movie, a crazy woman takes out actors from an adult film.
Correct.
And in the second one, it was a story of that crazy woman's youth.
Yes.
So they got away from the adult industry?
Not so fast.
All this and more on Gory Story Time.
Warning. Gory Story Time is a horror movie review show by a son and his dad who thought that letting his 5-year-old watch scary movies was acceptable. If you are offended by horror or talk about blood and gore by a child, or if you don't want horror movies from the 60s through today spoiled, then there is a remote stuck in your couch cushion next to potato chip crumbs. Use it. And of course, parental discretion is advised.
Why? You didn't use any.
Shut up and start the show.
Welcome to Gory Story Time. I'm your host, Jason.
I'm his co-host and father, Craig, and this week we are finishing the trilogy.
Yes.
X, XX, and XXX. That's what they should have done. Right? I mean...
Yeah.
But sort of. I mean, there's 3 X's in Maxxxine.
Yeah. And she's got the X on her back.
Well, that's just so it matches cover to cover to cover.
Yeah.
Because there was the barn door and...
The second one.
The second one, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so for those who don't know the trilogy, there's X, Pearl, and then this.
Yes.
X is the story of a adult film being filmed and someone taking out cast and crew. Pearl is about one of the people, or the person taking out the cast and crew. And this is the one girl who got away from the first one and her attempt to get out of adult films and into the mainstream market.
Yes.
In films.
Yeah. And she lands her first role in a horror movie.
During the time of, what was his name?
Richard Ramirez, the Night Stalker.
Yeah. And people keep disappearing that she knows, and they think it might be the Night Stalker or someone trying to act like it's him.
Right.
Which...
They really tried a little too hard on some parts in that.
Yeah. Anyway, so...
Yes.
That's basically the premise, right?
Yeah.
I mean, she got away and...
Remember the end of the first one where she drove away? Well, she's now driven away.
And someone has hired a...
PI
to come find her. Someone with a lot of money.
Someone who can afford Kevin Bacon.
Anyway, he wasn't Kevin Bacon in the movie.
Sure.
But why don't we throw it to a trailer that parental advisory has cussing.
A24 presents the follow-up to a film that possessed a nation. The Puritan 2.
Cut! The blood's wrong. Molly Bennett, meet Maxxine Minx.
Pleased to meet you. Sorry.
We've all got blood on our hands now.
The past ain't finished with you, Maxxine. Ain't nowhere to hide. There's show business. You never work in this town again. Maxxine, what are you hiding?
I've seen the devil stalking me. I can feel his power.
We've made it to the belly of the beast. You must eliminate all distractions, or the beast will spit you right back out.
Time to pay for your sins.
It's America's new scream queen.
Maxxine fucking Minx.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
All right.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say before we try to make some money off this show?
Yeah. Watch it. I say that every time.
No, but
I usually say it.
It takes a really bad one for you to not.
And if it's even worse than that, sometimes I'll suggest it anyway.
True. All right. But before we get into the behind the scenes information, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how we really make some money. And we do that by pretending we like horror movies.
Yes.
So that people will click, and then big corporations send us big checks to promote their stuff.
Yeah.
Because you know what big corporations are looking for? People with dozens of views.
Yeah.
This week, Gory Story Time is brought to you by Options Casting Agency, the only casting agency that can get you in front of any productions from TV and movies to streaming platforms and adult sites. Options Casting Agency will find the right place for you to become a star, even if just for 15 minutes of fame. Options Casting Agency. If you have any talent at all, we can exploit it.
And by the not the prosecutor. Okay. And by the Persecutor's Bible. It's just like other Christian Bibles, but it takes out all the pesky love thy neighbor stuff, leaving only the commandments and laws that you can use to look down on others, with an index of what punishment is supposed to happen for these sins. Not looking to spoil your reading enjoyment, but just so you know you're going to need lots of rocks. The Persecutor's Bible, because it's not just being a Karen if you're doing it for God.
All right. Now is the part where we get into the behind-the-scenes information, or as Jason likes to call it, the meat and beef of the show.
Or as I like to call it, the meat and beef of the show.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll go first. The dance young Maxxxine performs for her father in the beginning flashback of the film is the exact choreography Pearl performs for her audition in Pearl.
Yeah. Maxxine's We shirt is a reference to We, an adult pornographic magazine published in the U.S. featuring explicit photographs. They ceased publication in 2007.
When Molly talks to Maxxxine outside of her trailer, she says the actresses have to stick together, similar to what Mitzi, Emma Jenkins Purro, says to Pearl about sisters-in-law sticking together in Pearl.
Maxxxine was developed as the end of the X trilogy. Ty West later stated in February of 24 that he has plans for a fourth film, which would depend on the third film's reception. In May of 2024, West confirmed he was working on a fourth film and that he may develop it as his next project. In August of 2024, in a Reddit Ask Me Anything, he said that he's happy with where he left it and may have it remain a trilogy.
When Labatt is chasing Maxxxine through the movie studio backlot, at one point they exit through the main doors of the clock tower as prominently featured in Back to the Future. Back to the Future is set in 85, just like Maxxxine.
The filmmakers went old school during production. The movie was made the same way it would have been if it had been made in the 80s, i.e., the same camera equipment as back then and avoiding modern trickery while filming.
According to Mia Goth, she listened to 80s music such as Blondie to immerse herself into the setting of the movie, but it did not give her the energy that she needed. Instead, she listened to hip-hop artists such as Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, and Eminem to give her much more confidence.
Filming took place on location in Los Angeles, California from May of 2023 to April of 2023. What? That doesn't make sense. From May to April? April's before May.
That's wrong.
Stupid IMDb. Okay, I'll try again. From April 2023 to May 2023 for 7 weeks.
Yes. Home film cameras in the 1950s, like the one Maxxine's father used to film her performing as a child, didn't have sound.
Whether intentionally homaging or accidentally riffing, the track A Harrowing Experience on the soundtrack sounds very similar to Graham's theme from Michael Mann's Manhunter.
Mia Goth is the granddaughter of Brazilian actress Maria Gladys. Marketing for this film in Brazil decided to exploit this, and the granddaughter of Brazilian actress Maria Gladys succeeded Goth's name whenever it was mentioned while promoting the film.
Even though Grandma had nothing to do with it.
Right.
After Maxxine finishes her audition at the beginning of the film and sees the other actresses waiting in line, there's a sign that reads X Factor, something mentioned in Pearl and X. It's the special quality sought for in an actress.
Director Ty West's fiancée, Alice in Wonderland.
That's hilarious. His real fiancée is Allison Wonderland.
That's great. Makes a brief cameo in the film as a DJ in the Neon Hearts Club Maxxine lures John Labatt to.
So the Hearts Club, Queen of Hearts, Alice in Wonderland. Like,
This
really?
is awesome.
If your last name is Wonderland and you don't name your daughter Alice or Allison, you're doing it wrong. Like,
Yeah, that's
you
great.
have to. Your kid will grow up and probably take you out, but like that is also correct. One of Kevin Turin's posthumous producer credits after his passing in November of 2023.
Well, Maxxine and the producer of the film of the movie, Puritan 2, are on the movie set for Psycho. Bender tells Maxxine, "Congratulations, you made it to the belly of the beast," referring to Hollywood. In the film Psycho 2, the character Mary is reading a book while staying at the Bates Motel called In the Belly of the Beast.
Mm-hmm. While Maxxine does her makeup in front of a vanity, on the desk is a ceramic goose with a large amount of cocaine in it. It being a goose is a reference to the goose that Pearl killed in the opening of Pearl.
In January of 2024, actor James Hunter filed a lawsuit in Los Angeles Superior Court against actress Mia Goth, director Ty West, and A24. Hunter alleged Mia Goth assaulted him on the set of Maxxine and sued all three defendants for wrongful termination.
I don't know. Mia Goth has stated that the story for this film, in her opinion, was the best of all three.
There's a montage of costumed buskers on Hollywood Boulevard referencing a variety of film roles. Included in the montage is one man dressed as Buster Keaton, who seems to be lurking in the shadows rather than seeking tips. Maxxine addresses him as Buster.
The fictional movie within a movie, The Puritan, has the tagline, "Her faith will be tested, her soul will be tormented."
Interesting. And Rotten Tomatoes is a thing that exists.
Yes. And
you know if you know.
That's right.
Everybody knows.
And the critics have this at a
72%.
While the people voting at home have given it 65%. Now, those aren't the numbers that they're trying to push. You have to click the all critics and all people.
Yeah. Because they were pushing a worse number for one and a better number for the other.
Which is weird.
Yeah. And now to the part where we review it.
Yes. Well, I know you liked this movie.
I did.
So when we like the movie, we tend to go with what we liked least about it. Looking at old episodes, which, by the way, I've posted quite a few of, there's definitely some change from the beginning of the show to now. Because it used to always be our favorite and then least favorite. But I think at some point we were like, well, it should be based on if we like it and then do the opposite because that's the hardest. So what was your least favorite part of this movie you enjoyed?
Probably, okay, definitely, that it set the precedent for him to say no to a fourth one.
What?
Yeah, if he said no because of this, then I don't like that.
Well, he said no because he likes how he left it off.
Yeah, but he also said no if it doesn't do well.
But he said the reason he said he ended up changing it was he likes how it ended. We'll see.
It's tough. It's tough to pick a thing in this. Like, the acting was good and the special effects were good.
Yeah, I mean, it was a decent movie. I liked the twist.
I liked the twist.
Into it.
I liked.
I
liked it.
I will say, probably my least favorite thing is that they heavily insinuated that it was, and you even thought that it was going to be her battling the Night
Yeah,
Stalker.
I'll go with you on that then, because I did go into this thinking it was going to be like a alternate history almost kind of movie, which would have been interesting. And then doing the other subplot that they did with the powerful guy that hired Kevin Bacon could have been the fourth movie, where now this thing from her past fighting the Night Stalker comes back, and a Night Stalker
But it was the
type
thing of
guy
her
is
escaping
happening.
already coming back.
Right.
I know. And I told
so
you, if I
weird.
was to have been involved,
that
I
would have
would've
definitely been
said
the
that.
fourth movie.
Right.
And I wouldn't have minded her going against Ramirez.
See, I don't know if I would have liked that.
I don't know, and Glorious Bastards killed Hitler. And that didn't happen. So I'd be fine with it.
No, the one thing the guy did right was he killed Hitler.
Yeah, you know?
That's the one thing Hitler definitely did right, was he killed Hitler.
Yeah.
And I applaud him for that. Everything else, not so much. Even his paintings, everyone's like, oh, look, do you like this painting? And I'm like, not really.
I don't care.
I'm not big into paintings, though, so.
Enough about Hitler. What was your favorite part of this movie?
Well, there was the part where the leader of Germany, no. Teach you to tell me when we're done with Hitler talk? No. Hey, we just had an election. No, I'm not going to.
Oh, my.
No, in all seriousness, my favorite part was probably when she was getting attacked in that alleyway. As hard as it was to watch how that scene ended.
Yeah.
Absolutely my favorite part, because it takes a lot to make me squeamish. Like, even Terrifier, like, some of it does, but some of the stuff that should doesn't, because
It just makes me like
I'm
giddy
just like,
and laugh.
Ooh, yeah, get her. Yeah, pour the salt. Whatever. This, I flinched, I groaned, I felt it emotionally, physically. Like,
oh yeah.
What about you?
So
you're like, I wasn't gonna say
not
that.
Not
that.
There's a part where Kevin Bacon, as the PI, is stalking her around, because that's what PIs do, and she puts her keys in between her fingers and walks up and just punches him over and over and over again in the face, and it looks really good.
And, that is something that women are taught when they're walking at night, to keep their keys.
It worked.
Uh-huh.
It tore him up for the rest of the movie.
There is a reason why women are taught that.
He had a tore up face for the rest of the movie.
Uh-huh.
Good.
Don't attack women. You won't get punched in the face with keys.
Yeah.
That seems like a fair trade. Don't attack women. Don't end up in the hospital with your face all screwed up.
Basically.
All right. Now, on a scale of 1 to 10, where would you rate Maxxxine?
I'm probably going to give it an 8. Yeah, I'm going to give it an 8. This was really good. I thought it was
better than
what they were telling me it was going to be. All right. Part of it is I went into it thinking two things. This is going to suck, and she's going to fight the Night Walker or whatever, the Night Stalker.
And
neither one of those things happened.
Yeah, it didn't suck, which is a good thing.
Yes.
But it's not a 10 out of 10. It's not the best movie, but
the acting is still really good, because it's the same actress who was really good in the other two.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I was probably going to go with an 8.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think I liked it as much as the first one. And it's probably right around what... I don't remember what I gave Pearl, but it's probably about that.
Yeah. And definitely good. I mean, watch this.
Yeah.
And that's everything. So the stuff on the side?
It is, yeah.
Yeah. All right. The stuff on the side. You can watch Fact TV channel 10. You can watch Gory Story Time on Fact TV channel 1082, Thursdays 8:30 p.m. and Fridays at 7 p.m.
You can like us on Facebook, and when I say us, I mean Gory Story Time has a Facebook page that I really got to update. I keep saying that every week, and then I keep not updating it.
Correct.
And, of course, the Fact TV page.
Yes, you can go to fact8.com, watch a bunch of back episodes of this, as well as many other episodes of this show and other shows and lots of things that they do.
You can follow us on X. I'm at Craig Jakes, all one word, all lowercase. I have nothing to do with this show on my Twitter, though.
Correct. Neither do I. I'm Jiggly Firmbrain, and I only tweet things that I find funny that he says in or out of context.
And he hasn't
haven't
tweeted in months and months and months and months.
But you can go back and read the 600 plus ones from before.
Yeah, there's some funny stuff in there.
Yeah.
Especially without the context.
Oh, my goodness.
Then I have to say, just go to YouTube. Please like and subscribe to Gory Story Time. I would highly appreciate that. And if you type in Gory Story Time, the other one that'll pop up is the Fact TV page. Give them a like and subscribe too.
Yes. And until next time, I've been your host, Jason.
I'm his father and his co-host, Craig, and
Sweet dreams.